Greetings, my name is Tim, this is Little Steps. You can reach me at howdoidothis01@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to cover just a lesson on a 3D virtual desktop program. The program in question is, in fact, the Shock 4-Way 3D English version of Virtual Desktop. It's a program. It is a free-to-use for personal use program. They do have a support page. There are some other programs from Shock, and I will open that website up here in just a second here and tell you about it. We are going to cover some brief pros and cons of this program, and the reason I want to give you the overview is so that you have information so that you can define and determine which virtual desktop program is going to work best for you. If you haven't already seen my first video, which is virtual desktop programs, or my virtual WIN program, please go watch those. There's probably some information in those that you may want or almost certainly will need to make an informed decision before you start downloading programs and before you commit yourself to using a particular program. Part of what I'm doing here is to give you information, and the other part is to help you save time and effort without having to go through and spend a long time learning to use different programs. Now, in keeping with that, let's go ahead and go through some of the features of the program. This program does have shortcut keys, and they are predefinable. They are limited as far as what you can set up and what you can change. Let me demonstrate one. I have pre-programmed one key combination as Control-Shift and Z, which gives us the 3D version. Now be aware of this, and please understand this is just one version of this program. This is the 4-Way 3D version, and there are some features that are pretty cool. This happens to be one, which is the cube. I told you I'd be getting to this, and this is available on some of the virtual desktop programs available for Windows, either for free or in a trial version. This is one of the free versions. The free trial version is one that we'll cover in a later video. Okay, let's continue on here. If you press and hold your Shift, Control, and Z key as I pre-programmed, it will push back your desktops. You notice this one has the feature of the background, and you will notice the background rotates. Okay, this is a pretty cool feature because it allows you to go in and set up a background that gives you a 3D background image as you rotate, which is cool. Again, I will emphasize that that feature does take up a lot of memory. Memory is your friend when you want speed. If you want the bells and whistles, if you want cool, neat features, things that make it look pretty, you're going to pay for those with a price. That price is slower computers. I like the bells and whistles, but to be honest with you, I choose Virtual WIN over these others, not because I don't think this is an excellent program, but because these programs tend to get really top-heavy on memory. It just causes your computer to run slower, and it doesn't actually make it more functional, it just makes it more pretty. Again, the deciding factor is up to you, what you want, what you need, and what you find most useful. Now, if you go down here, you'll notice the icon. It's number 3. If you click on it one time with your left mouse button, it automatically puts in this, pushes it to the background and allows you to rotate it. Once you let go of the left mouse button, it will pop up to a window. Now let's go ahead and go over here, go here, jump to this window, and we will go to the 3D page here, Virtual Desktops, and we will go to the Shock 3D website, and this would be http://entry/download-shock-4-way 3D-English, or EN. I can post it for you, and I will do that here in just a sec. Let's swing on around here. Now you notice one of the features that does tend to be a little bit annoying. I have gone back to my desktop number 3, and you will notice I've opened up the Firefox program, but now it's taking up the space here in this window. That does tend to be a little bit annoying. Again, this program is free, so you can't complain, but this is one of the untidy features of the program. Once again, the website is http://www.docs.kr/shock-4way3d-en. Let me minimize that window and jump back over here just so you can watch this cool feature. And again, you notice I minimized the window and it jumped and minimized on this one. I cannot find any adjustments or any modifications to make to the program in order to stop it from doing this. I thought it might be corrected if I restarted the program. Did not work. Restarted the computer. It did not work. I'm not saying this isn't a cool program. However, you do have to realize that you're going to be stumbling over these desktops because apparently it doesn't want to isolate each program to each desktop. I don't know why, and there is actually a program option here. Let me right click on the icon here. If you go to options, there is a limited availability to set up your hotkeys, set up your wallpapers for your 4 desktops and the background colors, and global programs. I'm not positive what the global program, but I'm guessing based on what I see here: Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer, Firefox, MSN Messenger, Sidebar, and Command Prompt. I'm guessing that this is a predetermined clickable checkbox option for forcing this program to display these windows. I could be incorrect, but Global Program tab seems to be something in that nature. So obviously this isn't working because I've unchecked these boxes and it's not doing anything as far as separating the different desktops. It does allow you some shortcut key options, which you'll notice Control-Alt 1 through 9, and the Control-Shift and Z, which is what I programmed into it for the 3D effect. You do have options on the cube to either move yourself inside of the cube, to put this into a grid, to flip, or to make it a wave cube, which is basically just an effect. If I click on OK and I minimize this, you will see you have this. You'll notice the wave effect, and this is just a wave effect, so please understand that these features, these options, are programmable, they're changeable, and it's pretty cool. One of the other setbacks for this is, in fact, you only have 2 options that I can find, or excuse me, 3 options here for setting the background image, which was the 3D effect that you get. So the background image here that you're looking at is only available in 3 options. I have tried working the program to see if you could add another 3D effect, and there is a actual place on the computer where you put these file folders. However, I have not been able to get it to work. So the options that are available with this program right here under options, and you only get the 3. You get the Arctic, the Moonlight, and the Orange Planet. Those are the only 3 options you get with this program, so it is limited. The global program and all that other good stuff, this is pretty limited as far as the ability to program it. And you also notice that there are options here to switch between your desktops. You notice that desktop number 3 is highlighted, which is interesting because you're not usually going to be using this pop-up here. The pop-up is accessible if you right-click on the actual icon down here on your start menu bar. And you also notice that there is information options here, which takes you directly to websites for information and help. Now, before we finish this video up, I would jump over and take a look at different options here, and one of them is the Shock 4-Way, which is just a flattened desktop screen program for virtual desktops. Again, it does only offer 4 screens, and then you've got other options. Shock Aero 3D, not a desktop changer, but an application changer. So for whatever applications you have up on your desktop, this will allow you to go through them. I have installed this and I have tried it. To be honest with you, generally don't like using minimized or partial windows for most of my work because it just tends to confuse you if you're trying to sort through windows. It's easier to keep track of it over here on your start menu bar or down on the bottom if that's where your start menu bar is at. And there's Google Shock, there's Shock Desktop, and a few others, which gives you cool features. But again, these are features, and to my understanding, these again are free to use for personal use programs. You are required to get a license if you use them commercially. I wouldn't recommend these necessarily for you, but again, try them, find out what use they are to you, and please keep tuning in. We're going to cover 2 more programs. One is and one will be Desk Space, which will be covered in later videos. Please tune in and watch those before you make an informed decision and or try these programs out. Please continue to support my videos. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.